Some relationships last longer than they have any right to last, particularly those with fearful avoidant partners. It's really hard, to know where to draw the line sometimes as to whether it's worth continuing or not. The way to know if you're with a fearful avoidant, first up, you have to recognize that's what they are. If they're the kind of person who doesn't like to be controlled, doesn't like to have standards that are other than their own, the way to know if they're prepared to grow within a relationship is to actually impose your standards on them, or at least impose your standards on yourself. See, I don't encourage anyone to create boundaries for anyone other than themselves. Hey, this is me, this is my standard, I'll be over here. You can meet me if you want. I'll be over here waiting for you. You can do as you please. That's a great way to present a boundary to a partner. Not necessarily saying, you have to do this. You can say, I need you to do this. Change your language. Take ownership. I need you to come over here and meet me where I'm at. When we do that to a fearful avoidant, we'll get one of two responses. One of three, really. The first one may well be, no, that's not happening. I'm going to get really upset and I'm going to demand that you give in to my way or the highway. The second is that they may start that way, but if you continue to be consistent with saying, no, this is my standard, this is my boundary, and this is particularly in relationships that are well established, it's much harder to change the dynamic to something new. Be consistent. Say, no, this is my standard now. I'll be over here waiting for you if this is where you want to meet me, and align our values together. You may see a fundamental change in them because they begin to recognize the value in you and in the relationship, potentially more than what they're afraid of. They have to literally overcome their fear. It's when love wins the battle between love and fear. What they do to you as a fearful avoidant is not punishment, or at least it's not intended to be, even though it may seem that way. They're just afraid. They're afraid to be close. They're afraid to be a little bit out of control, giving over a little bit of direction to you. And this comes because as a child they were terribly controlled. Any sense of control for them is a pattern for them that makes them feel as if they're completely helpless. So to be controlled by their partner, or any perception of a lack of control, really triggers their wound. But if they value you more than they fear the loss of control, then they will move towards you and begin to recognize that they need to potentially change. And the third potential outcome is immediately they say, okay, I can see that this is worthwhile doing. I can see your worth, your strength, and I will respect it. That's obviously the ideal, and there's varying degrees of responses you may get, but it's very important for you immediately, as soon as you're aware that you're with a fearful avoidant, that you do start to create boundaries for yourself. If you drag it out too long, you'll begin to lose your identity, because they will walk all over you if you let them. Let's just consider our own needs as our own boundaries, as our own standards, and see if our partner is prepared to value us and align with us. That'll prove to us that the relationship is sustainable.